Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope this video find everyone doing well and in good spirits. Okay guys, let me tell you what I will be sharing with you this morning. Uh, it is a Boston butt. I thought I had the name where you can see it. I want you to look at the size Boston butts, guys, that I'm going to be doing, because you can, they come in all different sizes and stuff. But I just want to show you guys, share with you guys the technique that I use doing them in the oven. Most of the time, Tucker do them out on the grill and stuff, and that's a different technique. And that was the method that I was going to show you guys. And then I was getting ready to cook this Boston butt, and then I thought about my YouTube family. I said, let me share this simple, easy way that I do it in the oven. It's easy, but it's absolutely delicious. And you can use, once you get this meat roast up, you can use it in whatever form you want to. Chop pork, barbecue, or whatever, and all that. I just want to show you how I do mine in the oven. The sky's the limit of how you can use it. And then, and also as to what seasoning that you want to put on it. But I want to share with you guys the seasoning that I will be putting on it this morning. But you use whatever seasoning and stuff, guys, that you is accustomed to putting on your Boston butt. Okay, guys, I just want you to look at the seasoning and stuff. I got a lot of them over there. I got a garlic and herb that I'm going to be putting on it this morning, simply because I normally put granulated garlic and onions on it, but I only have just a little granulated garlic. And then, guys, one of the main things I put on it, because if I don't even put a lot of the rest of the seasoning that you see up there on it, I usually put some type of butt rub. And this morning it's going to be the naughty butt rub. And I will be putting it on there. And I'm going to show you how, these are the seasoning, when I come back to show you how I season my butt. These are the seasoning that I'm going to be using. And I'm going to have them all poured over in a bowl, so I won't have to go one by one with them. So that's when I wanted you guys to have a shot of just the one that I'm using, in case you want to follow my way of seasoning, or just use your own, because you could simply can't. Certainly can, because you really can just use salt and black pepper. If you want to, it still would be good. Some people try to make this stuff seem so hard and complicated, guys. That's really, I'm so glad to share with you guys the simple way. I'm not selfish, and with my knowledge of what I know that's good. But I'm in my mid-60s, so I know some people are. I wasn't born yesterday. That some people will not share, and they make you think it's such a big secret and all that stuff. I just don't think God want us to do all that. Share it so they can pass it down, just like it was passed down to us. Okay, guys, I got some. Like I said, I'm gonna use that there naughty butt rub. That's one I found. I done used several reviews. That was really good. And I think next to that is some bay leaves. Is it too? It's some bay leaves, parsley. And just for decoration. And then I got that no salt seasoning, and then I got some other no salt stuff that I'm gonna be sprinkling on when I get ready to put it in the oven. And then I got some olive oil over there, and I show you what I'm gonna do with that. And then I have some vinegar. And then guys, right there, this is a 6-pepper little seasoning that I found. It's very powerful, but you can use just plain red pepper flakes. It'd be great. Plain red pepper flakes. And then I always just like to throw a couple of bay leaves in there on it, just for the little aroma of it. And some black pepper, and that's some paprika. Did I now say that right, Tucker? Paprika. I'm always calling it everything I think of. And then, like I say, I got just a little garlic up in there I'm going to use, and then I'll put some onion powder on it. Okay, guys, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going off, and when I go off, I'm going to wash this Boston butt up. And when I come back, I'm going to have the olive oil already rubbed on it. And I'm gonna show you if it's a lot of excess fat, I will trim that off, but according to how much it is, and then I'm gonna show you the bottom of this Boston butt and tell you what what I kind of do with that. And yeah, and like I said, I'm gonna have it rubbed with some olive oil, and then I'm gonna be ready to put my seasoning on. I'm gonna have all these seasoning mixed in a bowl, and so you can just refer back to this video, or you can drop me an email and say what was this and what was that. I don't mind, but it'll be easier if you do, because this is what I'll be telling you. And guys, let me pop off and get my skillet out on my skillet and my roasting pan, and get my Boston butt washed up, and then rinsed off and all that kind of stuff, and then I come back and show you guys how I season it, how I season this Boston butt, and then take it to the next step, guys. I'll be right back.
All right. We on.
Okay. You're throwing me out. Okay, guys, we're back, and I have washed. I call it wash, rinse, and clean up this here roast real good. And this is some of the fat that I trimmed off. And I want you to see that I did leave some of this fat on the bottom. I call this the bottom, guys, because this is where when I go to the stove to start searing this Boston butt, I'm going to start it out on this side of it, over right here. I'll show you about that later on. Okay, since we start on this, this is the other seasoning that I showed you guys that I have mixed up here in this bowl. I'll just mix them all together. And everything is in there except the butt rub, the vinegar, and I got the olive oil. And this was a brand new thing of olive oil, guys. And you see how much I took and rubbed that with. Wasn't much at all. Maybe 2 tablespoons, I'm not sure. But all you need to do is just coat it real good in the oil. Rub it down real good in the oil. And I told you the purpose of that is to help your seasoning stick to them. Okay, guys, what I start off with first, I'm going to start off with, and I'm not going to use any gloves. I told you your hand is your best tool in the kitchen, because you can just, and they're going to be clean, and you rewash them as needed. And I like to handle this meat with my hands so I can make sure that I'm getting the seasoning in okay. All right, I will, I'm going to start over on this side. Pretty big Boston butt, and I sprinkle a generous amount of this butt rub on it, guys. Now this has salt in it. That's the reason you're not gonna see me using any salt. This is where I'm gonna get the salt from, and it's in butt rub. I used to take and sprinkle a little kosher salt on it, and if it requires more kosher salt, more salt to it, you can, but I told you I'm just big in flavor, and the flavor of the meat in the seasoning and stuff just only enhance it. Don't go and put too many seasonings on your meat that has salt. It just do something on all kind of levels. I'm no expert, I don't know, I'm just telling you from experience. I'm put 4 or 5 different seasonings on there, and they all have salt in it. Guys, you see I'm just getting all on the sides and the back, and I'm getting a generous amount of this seasoning in there. And that amount of olive oil is going to help it stick just fine.
That's the butt rub.
Yeah. Olive oil that I rubbed on this thing first. The oil that I rubbed on it. That's what you're saying? I misspoke on that.
No, you said you put generous amount of seasoning, so you put them in that butt rub you put on there.
Oh. Yeah. That olive oil is going to get, I put just enough olive oil on there so all these seasoning, butt rub and all, it's going to stick on there just fine. And guys, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the vinegar. You're not going to see me put any of that up there. Okay guys, after I get this butt rub, I think rubbed in there good. That's the reason I like to use my hands. I'm going to turn it back over. Then I'm going to go in with these other seasoning that I have mixed up over here in this bowl. And then when I get it seared up, I'm going to put some more of my no salt seasoning that I have fallen in love with on that. And guys, I got a skillet on over there on the stove. It's heating up, and then I got my oven heating preheating at 325 degrees. Now I go by with this size roast, I'm probably gonna let it bake in the oven for maybe about 4 hours. I'm not sure, because I will be testing it along the way, and that's where you're going to come on in with your know-hows as to how long it takes for it to cook. Because I'm going to use this here, you probably see this here Boston butt in a couple of weekly meals. Okay. Thought I had mixed, I don't like to mix too much of it. Thought I had. And then guys, I just take and just rub this in there. And guys, once I got through rinsing the butt off and everything, I dried it off before I put my olive oil on it. And this one has a bone in it. And I think that the one you normally put on the grill tuck, sometimes they have bones and sometimes they don't.
Yeah, most time they do.
Yeah. Hopefully I can get Tuck to show us how he do it on the grill, but he may want to keep his secret. He may want to keep his seasoning secret like everybody else, because we do be sharing it with people.
I don't call myself have no secret with that. That's what I do.
You pretending like you do with the folks when you be saying my special
I just be carrying on with the family and some of them. They be asking me about something, I be telling me, hello, no, that kind of stuff. Can't tell y'all that
so
now.
You they always be telling how good his Boston butt and stuff is. And how you do yours, whatever. And I tell him I showed him. He said, nah, that's a secret.
I just be carrying on with them. One time I say, if I tell you my secret, I had to kill you or something like that.
Oh, okay.
All that kind of foolishness.
I thought you were going to leave that off.
Talking.
Okay, guys, you see what it's looking like? And now I'm getting ready to go over. You probably won't even have to cut off of this stuff, because let me just tell them what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over and put it in the skillet and show you how I'm going to sear it, but I'm not going to hold you on all that amount of time for you to see how I'm searing this, because I'm pretty sure you know how to sear stuff up, and that's all we're going to be doing. I'm going to do it. I'm going to start off on that fat side down there, that bottom side, as my son say, putting a cap on it, especially because he can do his pulled pork or shredding his pork. He could do it on the grill, but he do it in the technique he used is absolutely mouth-watering, delicious. He did that he gave my several years ago. He gave him and Brittany did a 60th birthday gathering for my husband, and I had some of this in it too, guys. It was, he did that. He did roast. He did those Boston butts like that, and everybody just bragged on it to the highest. They just loved it. I mean, all of it. He did several, and they just all got gone. Okay, guys, this is my old trusting roasting pan that I'll be roasting this in. You see, it's got some little raisins, you know, sort of like a right down at the bottom that's built in. Now you can use if you don't have a roasting pan, you can use a baking pan, a baking dish, or whatever you use, or you can just buy one of those little inexpensive roasting pans that they have in the store. That's where I do a lot of time. If I'm gonna carry it out, I'll go ahead on and roast it in that if I, You ready to try to move? I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
get over here, then you can come on, cause this in skillet is about ready.
Go ahead.
Okay, I do mine like on maybe a medium high heat. I don't know how my son do. He do his on the grill. He had a grill to a certain temperature, and he do it like that, and he just like it. You'd be thinking it was burnt. I don't put so much seasoning on here, but I can't tell the bottom part of it. I think this is it. You got it?
Go ahead.
Okay, guys. This is the reason I like to handle this meat with my hand and no gloves. I think when my son be having gloves on for everything. And I'll be like, what you got them gloves on? You can... Okay, I'm just gonna put it over in this hot, supposedly hot skillet. Excuse me, let me get behind you with this. Wash your hands off. Okay guys, I don't have this up. I'm gonna turn this up a little from where I got it at. I just had it warming. But I'm going to let this here sear on this side. And I had some olive oil in the skillet, guys, just a little olive oil in the skillet. And what I'm gonna do when I come back and have it over in my roasting pan, I'm gonna show you what it's looking like on both sides, and then I'm gonna be ready to put it in the oven. I'll be putting it in that pan. And then I got some heavy duty aluminum foil, and I'm gonna cover my roasting pan in there, and I'm gonna put it in the oven, and I'm gonna let it slow cook until just deliciousness, nothing but sheer deliciousness, guys. So I'm not gonna hold you on for that. But when I get through doing it at the bottom, this bottom, I'll turn it over at the sides, each side, and get a little sear on that. I don't be so much worried about those sides, but I do seal it up, just seal the meat so the juices and stuff can stay in. And guys, that's when I come back, I will be, I'm going to sprinkle maybe a couple of caps full of vinegar on there. And then I'm going to take, where's my bay leaves at? Why are they trying to hide? I'm going to take a couple of bay leaves and just put it in the pan. But let me tell you this, guys, this is very important. I will not be putting any liquid, none whatsoever, in that pan. And when this Boston butt get through baking or roasting or whichever one you want to call it, you're going to see why I didn't put any liquids in it. Because Boston butts have quite a bit of fat kind of marble into it. That's really what makes it good, and seasoned so well. And then the way I cook it, it renders out lots of the fat and stuff that I can just pour it off, and then just use my meat for whichever way I want to use it for. That's about the only. I have cooked them in crock pots. There's several ways to cook it, guys, but this way has worked fine for me for many years, and I'm just glad to share it with you guys. Okay, guys, when I come back, this here will be ready to put in the pan, and you're gonna see me take this here couple of sprinkles of vinegar and sprinkle it on the top, and put my couple of bay leaves in it. And I think, like I told you, I'm gonna put some of that salt-free seasoning up in there because I just love the flavor of it. I love the flavor of that stuff that it gives. It really, when you ain't over salted your meat and stuff like that, it just complements the flavor in that meat to superbness. Okay guys, I'll be right back.
Alright, we're back on.
Okay, I'll be there in a minute. Okay guys, I've got the roast seared up as much as it need to be. You're going to see, and this is the bay leaves, guys, that I'm going to put in there. I'm just going to drop them over in the pan. It's just going to be for the aroma that it's going to give it for it. Give to the meat while it's roasting. And guys, this is some vinegar that I have. Just regular, you can put this in regular white distilled vinegar, apple cider vinegar, any type of vinegar that you want. I just usually pour a tablespoon or 2 on the top of it. And then I go back in. I'm putting this here, these here salt-free.
Hold it down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Salt-free seasoning on here. This is the onion and the herbs. Just gonna sprinkle some of this on the top of it. That's probably a tablespoon. You ain't got to really worry about that, guys. All it's gonna do is enhance the flavor. I shared some with a friend of mine, and she said it's really good. And I got this here some roasted garlic and pepper. Now usually, guys, this here this is the first time I'm really trying it on this roast. It's got the bell pepper because I don't usually, I'm not a fan of putting a whole lot of bell pepper on everything. I don't like certain strong seasoning that gonna overpower instead of enhance. Now this, guys, this would be some red pepper if you using it. Now I had a little in that other season mixed up, but I always sprinkle a little on the top. And if I go to sneezing, this stuff is powerful. I love it. But let's not use a lot of that. And that's all to it, guys. Let me see. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna put the foil on, but I'm gonna spray this here. I'm gonna spray this here foil so it won't stick if it get to the meat. Spray it a little. Oh yeah, let me sprinkle a little parsley on there. Make it look all cutesy. And all you got to do is put this in the oven and go on about your business. Clean your house, fix the rest of your dinner, or whatever. It's just like if you at the house, it's just like you're gonna be gonna put it in a crock pot. But I have put it in a crock pot like I did, guys, searing it stuff first. But just trying it to see. But I just like it cooked in the oven. Yeah, that's just my personal preference. Okay guys, when this is finished, I know it's the size of this is probably going to at least be 4 hours. I'll come back and I'll let you know the exact time it takes, and the roast will be finished. And the Boston butt will be finished, and I'll show you the finished product, guys. I'll be right back. Okay guys, the Boston butt is already in the oven, but I forgot to tell you it's 325 degrees. For that 4 hours. I'm gonna say this one's gonna be 4 hours, but if it be longer, whatever, I will tell you. But it's at 325 degrees. That's what I'm baking it on. Okay, now guys, I'll be right back. Okay guys, we're way past the 3.5 hour mark, and I was planning on checking it way before then. Before now, I got a little caught up. But I'm going to check it and see just how much farther it got to go. And then, now this is hot, guys. I'm dealing with this stuff while it's hot. You gotta bear with me. And I'll take the foil. I'm going ahead on and take the foil off now. Ooh, y'all see that steam? Ooh, that smells good.
Yeah.
Get over here so they can see it too.
Okay.
And see, can you see the liquid in this thing? Just, guys, I'm gonna pull this off.
We
All
can see
this,
it.
all this grease that I'm running up. That's the reason I like cooking mine like this, guys. If you cook it like this, you can't go wrong. It's gonna leave all the juice and flavor in this Boston butt that fat gives it. That fat makes it also tender. But it's let me see. Try not to get to that bone. I got a thermometer somewhere. See how that knife is inserted in there? Mm-hmm. This is ready. Now what I'm gonna do, guys, is just baste it with a little more of this juice, set it back in the oven for maybe about 5 minutes with that oil off. And then when I come back, guys, it's the roast gonna be ready. I'll show you the finished product.
Yep.
Okay,
Boston butt gonna be ready.
What I be calling it?
Roast.
Well, yeah, this Boston butt gonna be ready, guys. Y'all excuse me.
I guess it is some kind of roast.
No, it's well, you call it Boston butt. But make sure they see my beautiful Boston butt. I can't tell you how delicious it is. Mm-hmm. And guys, I probably just slice a piece and let you see, because it's so hot now. And I'm gonna go ahead on and end this video. But you're gonna see this Boston butt because of the size of it. You'll see it in 2 different meals. I'm gonna have some just sliced because Tuck wanted it with a weekly meal, and you'll see what it is when I have it at it. He's the reason I'm cooking this Boston butt. But I just happen to remember that I haven't showed you guys how I do my Boston butt. And then I'll take the rest of it, and then I'm going to chop it up and put some barbecue sauce on it and put it in the freezer for later use when I have the second meal out of it. I have it in the refrigerator. Okay, guys, I'll be right back with the finished product.
Alright, we're on.
Okay, hey guys, this is the finished product of the delicious Boston butt. I'm just kind of stalling for a little time right now, simply because it just got out the oven and it's real hot, and I don't really cut them until I wait till the juices don't redistribute it itself back into the roast. But I just want to cut a small piece and show you guys what it's like. I mean, what it looked like on the inside. And that I put my thermometer to it, and it registered about 182. And I'm gonna let Tuck move over just a minute, and I'm gonna come over and slice you a slice. But let me go ahead on and end the video, guys, so when I slice it, that'll be it. You know, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, subscribe to it, and leave me a comment down below. How do you guys cook y'all Boston butt? Some of the seasoning and stuff that you guys use on it. And like I say, if you haven't subscribe, leave me that comment, share out my video, and remember my baby girl, Britt Simone. She's getting up content over there, guys, and thanks to the ones that's coming over and supporting her. She really appreciates it, and she's excited about it. She don't have that many subscribers yet, but I hope you guys will go over and subscribe to her. You know, it don't cost you not 1 penny to subscribe to it. So guys, let Tuck ease over, and I'm gonna come over and slice you a small piece of this Boston butt. And and remember what I always told you: use your common sense and think positive thoughts in all situations. And may love you guys.
Okay, come on over.
Okay. Look, cause I got this here where they can see this here. See all this here fat that running up, guys.
I see it.
Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I put no liquid at all to make this roast. I didn't put any liquids in it. And you see how that fat come in and just leave just enough fat and juices in there to make this roast not greasy, but delicious. That's one of the reasons I like cooking it this way instead of the crock pot I can get, because that's where I originally cooked it before I tried it in the crock pot. So guys, let me see, can I slice you a piece? Look at my big cleaver. This is what Tuck be using to chop his meat. You know, let me see, can I do it? Sort of like this fell apart.
Stand to the side a little bit so I can see you cutting.
Oh, hold on a minute, Tuck. Probably telling me to get out
Ooh,
of
that looks good. Yeah.
messing up this meat. Guys, let me show you just this little piece because I don't want all my juices running out of the jet.
I'll take care of all of that.
And this one probably got some, it's so tender and good,
Oh,
guys.
yeah, it's falling apart good. Tender.
So, guys, I really actually cooked this 3 hours and a half. Now, it's going to be according to what size ooh, that's hot. What size your Boston butt is as to how long you cook it. Because normally we get smaller ones and something like I have gotten some so small it only took maybe about an hour and a half. But I used that same method and cooked it on that same temperature. So here you go, guys. One of the best Boston butts some of the people have told me that you can put in your mouth. And guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye, you guys.